Hello, good evening, and welcome once again to Thursday. So it's an evening with. It's not the last one of the month, so it's not an open to everybody evening. It's only open to two select groups of people. First of all, is my lovely group, my gang, people from the model making world that I've invited into my personal space. It's not that they're particularly good or talented or handsome or anything. It's just people that I've met and got the same sort of mentality, and I've invited them into the group, and they've graciously accepted, and occasionally pop in and join me on this sort of thing. We hang out in chats on Facebook and things as well. So and the other group is probably even more important than the gang. My lovely patrons. If you support me on Patreon at the second tier, the $5 or more a month tier, then the doors are thrown open to you to join this and other similar streams that I might do at some point. You also get access to all my extra patron video edition things that I put in there. And indeed, one of those people is joining me this evening. We have Dan. There we go.
Hey.
He'll appear down there. Dan is one of my lovely patrons. So thank you for supporting me. and welcome to the stream. I'll put the names back on because otherwise people get confused. They might not know which one of us is which.
Oh, yeah.
So, good evening, Dan. Welcome. I say good evening. It's evening here, but you're elsewhere, so
Yeah, it's mid-afternoon here. It just turned 2:00.
Good afternoon, Dan. How's things been treating you? How are you getting on?
Oh, not too bad. It's been going pretty good here. It's no wide lockdowns or anything. I work in medical anyway, so
All right, so
there's no loss for work.
even if there is a lockdown, you don't.
Mm-hmm. and they've got us set up for working from home if necessary. I do tech support, so I can set things up.
No, all the fun voting things finished over there now as well. So,
yeah, thankfully, now is just the whining,
just the waiting and finding out what's actually going to happen. But yeah. Let's have a look. We've got all the people in chat. I'll put during the pre-roll thing. I've been posting up the things. Mayhem says, "Get all the fancy intro logos." That's been there for months. Have you not been paying attention, or have you been coming in late? Although I think there's one at the end as well. But Mayhem says things, but my mouse stopped working. While Dan appears, I've got an itchy nose now. Everyone's saying hello to everybody. I'm saying hello to you specifically, and everyone else in chat still going down there. Muse says it's 3 p.m. there. Yeah. Scaly Models around saying evening. Good evening, Dad. Welcome.
Hey.
Lynn's asking where you're at.
I am in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
There we go. It means very little to me.
Yeah.
I get the America bit, and then it's all just a blur.
Yeah. It one of the little square states up towards the top. And
I know they're all got funny shapes and things, but I know New York bit, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's probably a few hundred miles south of Canada.
All right, very
north. We get the winter. Yes, the winter is very strong here.
Cool. Lynn says, "One of these days I'll join you, Chris. You're absolutely more than welcome." Mayhem says, "I've not been paying attention." You can tell you're not been paying attention because look, I can even do that one.
I don't recall seeing that one.
Different ones. No, I don't normally use that. There's another one I don't use. No, I've got a few of them made for me, so
cool.
They're available to use if I need to. But yeah, let me turn that comment off. Speaking pigs here, apparently. Oh, you know who else is here? Hang about, I've got a button for that. There we go. Welcome, Skullfish. Lynn says it's 1 p.m. there, where she is. Twisted Rails, all shops that Dad's arrived. He's not been around much recently, but he's still around. So, you got to keep an eye out because when he does turn up, he looks after things. Philip Prime's here as well, saying hi. And that seems to be all the different names that I've seen down here so far. Suddenly Philip Prime appears. Yeah, but everyone appears suddenly at some point. But also joining me this evening. So we've got a lovely patron appeared. We also have one of the gang appears. We have a Spid who was having some internet trouble, so may or may not be here for a little while.
May or may not, depends. I don't know if it was don't know if it's my laptop or the internet, but either or, it was playing up earlier. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
You're off to one side, so I'll put you more.
Let me cleanse myself by using some high technology twiddling of my laptop. There we go.
In that case, I'll put us back like that.
Smashing.
Chris is playing with these logos again. Well, I was prompted. But yeah.
I should.
B3 says fancy professional graphics seem a bit wrong somehow. Yeah, I know what you mean, but no, yeah, but you got to start somewhere. So if you don't start at the early beginning bit, then Spooky one night. I didn't know. I don't know which one's which. I've got a few of them set up in there. Actually, I've only got 2 of yours set up in there at the moment. That was one, and if I click the other one, it goes like that. Regular one.
But one of us has to be professional, though, Chris. So
I don't know. I wouldn't have said they were the professional bits. It's the more the Russian Rules logo thing I think he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but even so, at least one of us in among our rabble has to be something like professional. So
Yeah, I mean, you've got the other end of the professional, which is the button that I can press that does this.
Folk handles.
That's. I wouldn't like to say Colin's not professional, but yeah.
It's still better than the picture that was posted in the group chat, though, which was amusing, but wouldn't have been appropriate for a video with.
Yes, not an appropriate thing for here, but yes, there was a picture that I found on the internet that was, made me think of Colin straight away.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay.
Let's just see. Lynn's asking, Spid, you got enough food for everyone?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I have 2 rich tea biscuits to take with my coffee. Is that a sin? Rich tea biscuits with coffee. Is that wrong?
Yes.
I don't know.
I would check the packaging for a warning label.
Well, do you know, funnily enough, I was looking at some pictures earlier, and there was a picture of Anne Mug, and it had a biscuit pocket, right? Now, it's kind of, it's a great idea in theory, but who the hell has one biscuit with their cuppa?
Well, you just have one at a time. The packet's obviously next to you there.
At the time, but this only had one biscuit pocket, So you basically, it had a little thing on the back, and you slotted your biscuit into it, which a great idea, but one. I mean, come on.
That's one. You only need one at a time for convenience. Not having to reload the rest.
Yeah, but then that means you've still got to take the biscuit barrel with you, or the packet, doesn't it?
Well,
you had a pocket that held 2 or 3. That's better.
Yeah.
If you had a cup with a packet at the back, then you wouldn't be able to drink the cup.
Yeah, it kind of hit you in the face.
I was thinking like little holsters going around the perimeter of it, like a bandolier.
Shoulder holster to stick your packet of rich tea in. Yes.
You said cookies, tea, biscuits, either would. Cookies. That's an Americanism thing again.
Yeah, like chips and fries, isn't it?
Yeah, but no.
Yeah.
Mayhem says hobnobs are for dunking. Damn it. Yes. Hobnobs are good for dunking.
These aren't for dunking. If you want serious dunkers, you want ginger snaps. They're proper hard dunking biscuits.
Mm-hmm.
You could submerge ginger into your coffee or tea for an hour and pull it out, and it'll say, "Is that all you've got?"
Paul's saying it should be chocolate digestives.
For general eating, See, for dunking in coffee, anything that's going to melt or flake away and ruin the coffee. No. Like I say, ginger snaps. Brilliant. Not had any for ages. I fancy some now.
Skullfish has got stroop waffles. He'll be back in a minute. But you can't dunk them. They're not for dunking.
They're not for dunking, but they're nicely sized to sit on the top and warm the caramel.
Yeah, but I suppose you could break them in half and dunk them, but I don't think that would work. The Great Biscuit Conspiracy. Now, apparently, hobnobs have only been around for like 20 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
They're one of these biscuits that you think has always been there, but it's a relatively recent invention.
I remember them being released. I remember when they first came out. It's like Werther's Original. It's a great con because you've got this big generation in the UK who think Werther's Original have been around forever. And they weren't. They were, when I was a kid, my granddad used to buy butterscotch caramels, I think they were called, or something. And they're in little square foil, individually wrapped blocks. And we used to go to the shop as kids and he'd give us some money and say, go and buy me a quarter of a pound. That shows how long ago it was. Go and buy me a quarter or half a pound of these. And he always had some. They were like his sweets. And here's some money to get yourself some. And we used to buy him these. And then Werther's Original came out. And the first time I tried them, I was like, these are exactly the same as these butterscotch things that my granddad bought for years. But they fooled the entire world into thinking that they were the original, have been around forever ones.
Yep.
Because
Muse is actually out of waffles, so she's got to go shopping tonight.
Oh,
But that's okay. As long as you're only out for a few hours, that'll be fine. Ginger snaps.
Mm.
Yeah, no.
For Dunkin', they're unbeatable.
They're smaller, though, aren't they? They're a smaller biscuit. They're not a full size like British tea biscuit.
No, they're slightly. They may be around about the size of the writing on the. Where's my camera? Around about the size of the writing, if you can see it. I probably can't see that, but a bit smaller, yeah. But they stand up to Dunkin' really well.
Apparently, it's all your fault. I don't know why it's your fault.
To separate and fall to the bottom of your cup. And there's nothing worse than having a soggy digestive at the bottom of your cup, is there? It just, no.
Ghost Rider says custard cream work. No, I like a custard cream biscuit, but not for Dunkin'. No.
I imagine they stand up fairly well, but I think it's more the filling that would hold it together.
Yeah. No. Lynn says chocolate digestives sounds like laxative. Do you not have chocolate digestives?
Not by that term. I have no idea what that.
No,
I assume it
You
meant
have digestive
laxatives.
biscuits.
I
have normal digestive biscuits.
You don't have digestive biscuits, no?
No.
They're kind of like a sort of OT type. How would you describe them?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, OT, but
they're about the size of these.
They look like that, but
I mean, essentially, digestives and rich tea are the staple biscuits in the UK. Right? They're like your bog basic UK biscuits or cookies, and they're sort of OT-ish. Really nice and crumbly.
Okay.
I mean, when I say cookie, I'm always thinking something sweeter.
Yeah, sweeter.
But I don't know if that's an American thing. If that isn't sweeter, I don't know.
Yeah,
see a cookie in the UK is a bigger, usually chewy kind of thing.
Okay.
Usually a bit more. It doesn't crumble so much. It's more gooey as a rule. Whereas a biscuit is very.
Yeah. Yeah, we just have crispy cookies or soft cookies.
Yeah.
Are they very different, or are they just the same, just sometimes crispier? Or
it's no different from what you've got. We just use the different terminology.
Biscuits.
Yeah. Like a.
Prime Time says Bourbons and coffee. Bourbon biscuits are good. Yep.
Yeah. Now it's funny because cupcakes, which is an American thing, and we've got buns, which is a
Don't
north.
start off with the bun thing.
Not buns, bread cakes, buns, like cupcakes, as in we make them in small bun cases, and they'd be called buns. They were small cupcakes, basically. That was a North of England thing.
Oh.
But you've got sort of muffins and cupcakes, which is used interchangeably in the UK.
It's sort of interchangeable, yeah. We've got Ross joining us as well, so I'll bring him in. He might have something interesting to say.
Hey, Ross, how you doing?
Cupcakes wasn't really
how you stand on biscuits and cupcakes.
So
Jaffa cakes.
But I didn't know until about a year ago that cupcakes were originally made in cups, which is why they're called cupcakes. It's a cake that was baked in a cup, like a teacup kind of thing. Which is cool.
See, and for us, cupcake and muffin are actually kind of different things, even though they're shaped the same.
Right.
They are different, but they're not. They're closer to each other than they are to biscuits.
Yeah, I think they are sort of used interchangeably, those names in the UK, though, aren't they? I've heard sort of, you can go to one cafe and another, and they'll sell pretty much the same thing, which is a large cakey bun. And some will call them muffins and some will call them cupcakes. But then there are muffins which are a completely separate thing, aren't they? They're like oven bottom muffins, which is a colloquial thing.
Muffins here usually have like banana nut or some sort of a fruit filling, something like that. Usually makes it more of a muffin if it has that kind of a ingredient. Breakfast
so
muffins.
It's basically like a cupcake with an added fruit.
Yeah.
It's a healthy.
George has got some. I don't know somewhat, but it's got something. It's some.
Yeah, he's got things. At least one of the things that we've been discussing.
Yeah, definitely.
George, elaborate.
Tell us what you have in your pantry, George. Enlighten us.
Lynn says it sounds like Pettridge Farms, I assume. Milan cookies. I don't know what they are.
Milan cookies. I'm not sure. I'm sure I've seen them. I just haven't paid much attention.
Yeah, I'm sure you must have something like digestives over there.
I'm sure we do.
But
Graham says they're like a crispy cookie.
They're really, really nice. They're a basic biscuit. They're literally like I say, Rich Tea and Digestives are your two staple biscuit tin biscuits before you get onto your fancy ones.
Mayhem throws in shortbread.
No, shortbread's completely different. Assuming, I don't know if you're saying that's like a digestive or...
It's not, no. Mayhem's from the correct part of the world. I think he's fully aware of what a biscuit is and what shortbread is, but I think he's just throwing it in there as another thing that you could dunk.
Possibly.
Yeah, you can actually.
Too nice to dunk, though. They taste too nice on them.
Yeah. Muse says buns are not the same as a cupcake. No, you're right. When he said buns, it doesn't mean actual buns. They're better.
That's a north of England thing. Basically, a small, like a muffin case, is a large paper case, which will make a large muffin or cupcake. Whereas if you go to the supermarket in the UK and buy bun cases, they're tinier versions.
Yeah.
You know fairy cakes? Do you have fairy cakes? They're usually made in small cake cases, and that's what we call bun cases. So we call them a bun in Yorkshire, anyway.
Okay.
Yep.
Something we said a few minutes ago obviously upset Muse.
Oh dear.
Don't know what. Apologies, but
I think she's probably just like dashing to the shops now to fill a trolley.
that might be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cupcake is an actual cake. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes. It's cake. Then there are muffins, which are totally not totally cakey. Yes, they're on the cake scale. They're definitely not biscuits.
They're a cousin, but yeah.
They're much closer to cake than biscuit.
Mm.
I'd have to say that. Yeah.
But they're sort of their own food group.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we discuss thoughts on Jaffa cakes? Are they a cake or are they a biscuit?
That was officially designed.
I know this one. I actually made a friend of mine who used to dog sit could sit and eat an entire packet of Jaffa cakes in one sitting without thinking about it.
I can do that. Yeah.
Remember,
Hi, John.
They made a meter-long Jaffa cake box, and they were selling it around Christmas. Got him one of those one Christmas, and then another time after he'd been dog sitting for us, I made him a giant Jaffa cake. I was so pleased with it. I've got a Le Creuset frying pan, which was the perfect shape. So I whipped the handle off that and made a sponge in it, and then like an orange jelly on top of that, which was just half the amount of water, so it was a firm jelly, and then coated the whole thing in chocolate. I was so chuffed with that. It was the best thing I've ever made. Giant Jaffa cake. It was like that big. It's amazing.
Yum, yum.
There's chocolate digestives. They do have them in the US.
Okay.
So it might be a local thing, but yeah.
They if they're sold with that kind of thing in mind of your stomach health, they might be in the health section rather than with the cookies.
I wouldn't have thought so. Chocolate digestives are not terribly healthy.
Oh, okay.
Try and find some. They're basically digestive, but half of them are coated with chocolate. An ordinary digestive is just a biscuit.
You do know that it's the bottom that's coated in chocolate, don't you?
Sorry?
It's the bottom that's covered in chocolate, not the top.
Yes, so you can still see the writing on the top.
Yes.
And the bottom bit's covered in chocolate, yes.
B3 says, who remembers Marie biscuits? Not Adam in years. I don't know them at all.
Mm-mm.
Don't know.
Never met her. Sorry.
Yeah, they're like a chocolate one, I think, if I remember rightly.
I remember thinking...
No memory of them at all. Could be anything.
Biscuits were nice biscuits.
Twisted Rail says, welcome to all the new people in chat watching this. If you're expecting model talk, sorry, this isn't a show. Well, sort of, kind of. Yeah, no, I never said this was about models.
There are models in the background.
Yeah. There may be models incidentally, but most of it is not. Generally,
an evening to make you feel hungry.
Spriggloo says Jaffa biscuits.
Oh, no, you are wrong.
No. It's a cake.
Oh, Mew said he's getting at me with his shortbread. Okay.
Proper all butter Scottish shortbread. Cannot beat it. Cannot beat it.
Yeah. Go for it. Are they the ones with fruit in it and stuff, is it?
No, just proper shortbread. Yeah. Just the shortbread. It's a really rich, crumbly biscuit. Oh, it's amazing. You've had proper shortbread.
That's not the Welsh stuff, though, is it?
No. Oh, Welsh. Well, hang on. Are we talking about shortbread here or something else?
We were, but then we drifted on to Welsh cakes because Ghost Rider said
Oh,
it.
Welsh cakes,
And
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I think they're like more fruity. I don't know.
Are they like Eccles cakes? Maybe.
That's the sort of thing that came to mind. Yeah. Skullfish occasionally dunks his buns.
That must be nice in winter time. Keep them warm.
Well, I suppose it depends what you're dunking them into. But,
And it also depends on whether or not you turn around and look before you sit.
Yes, indeed.
Scott's here, Junkworks. Good evening, Scott. Welcome.
Good evening.
Hey.
All right. B3 says Welsh cakes are not cakes or biscuits, but they're lush. Isn't that
You need to tell us
aren't
what
they the
they
people
are.
that make the bath products? That's lush, isn't it?
You need
That's
to
completely- you
describe
don't eat them. I don't know.
them. Hang on.
Muse says it's pastry-ish, not quite a bread. Is that shortbread? Yeah, it's not bread. It's called shortbread, but it's not bread at all.
Say Welsh
Chat seems to be
cakes look like
absolutely
they've
mental
got,
this
some
evening. I
sort of
can't
fruit in
keep
them.
up with it.
Welsh cake.
Muse says
Looks
I
like
have to
it's
get
got some
that
sort
soon,
of
so I'm going
fruit
to the shops. Panettone of mayhem.
Between a spoon and a biscuit.
Panettone is sort of more closely related to bread, but it's not either. But yeah.
Food is such a fascinating subject.
Mayhem says
Yes,
Jaffa
they
cake,
are.
they're a cake.
Yeah, absolutely they are. And it's not just because of the name, but they are a cake, yes.
Well, the definition is that biscuits, when they go off, go soft.
Go
And
soft.
cakes, when they go off, go hard.
Exactly, yes. That's exactly right. So like a biscuit like that, if you leave it out in the air, it'll go soft.
B3 says Jaffa cakes are not biscuits as they're sponge. The orangey bit is also mostly apricot.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's never good. Yeah. The McVitie's factory is just down the road.
Right.
Muse says, we do have all these weird cookies and cakes. You just have to know where to look.
In the
I
weird
wouldn't say they were weird.
At
but,
some
you know.
point, I should go to the grocery store and look at the
Definitely
international
chocolate
aisle.
Chocolate digestives. They are the best. And certainly over here anyway, you can get milk chocolate and dark chocolate. So you can choose between you can pick your preference because I like the dark chocolate ones myself. But
Yeah, I'm
I do like
partial to
some dark chocolate, yeah. B3 says Marie biscuits are a bit like rich tea.
right.
Did we need another
Yeah, I
biscuit
remember
that's a bit like
Were
rich
they
tea?
the ones that were finger shaped? Like
That'd be
rich-
rich tea fingers. They're different.
there were those, but I wonder if they were. I seem to remember another rich tea-ish biscuit that was finger shaped. I think vaguely.
Graham says, does anyone remember Empire biscuits?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What about Viscount? They used to get it.
I like Viscount biscuits, yeah.
Yeah, in the
About-
green. Used to be like a chocolate biscuit.
Yeah, they're
with
still around.
cream.
Mew says, I'll have to make some shortbread and share pictures. No, you make shortbread and share shortbread. That's the way it works. Pictures are just
Your
no
Marie
help. Just-
biscuit, that was
If you make shortbread, you've got to make enough for everybody.
B3 says Welsh cakes are pastry with currants in it that you fry on a bake stone. I'll make them every St. David's Day. What's a bake stone? Do you not have,
I think it's kind of like one of those pizza
You don't have a
stones, I'm
bake
guessing.
stone, Chris, I thought everybody had a bake stone.
is it just a stone that gets very hot? I don't know what a bake stone is.
I imagine it's just a flat slab, is it?
Yeah, you put it in the oven ahead of time, and it gets the heat very
yeah,
even.
but no, yeah.
And
I can't see you
use them
putting it in
for
an oven. You
pizzas a
probably
lot.
put fire underneath it or something.
I don't know.
Twisted Rail's asking Spid, what have you overcooked this week?
This week, I have overcooked nothing at all. I've been doing very, very well. I've cooked everything to perfection. I did myself a pizza the other night, which was absolutely delicious. I've been roasting coffee beans today, and with the exception of the first batch where I had a few beans that were oiled, it's pretty much spot on. I will try hard. There's the rest of the week to go yet. I could burn something yet.
It is the night is young. Shortbread is its own category of yum, says Muse. Fancy Italian bready stuffs. Yeah. Adam's about. Evening, dudes. Good evening, Adam. Welcome.
Hey, Adam. We're talking about cake and stuff. You may be unhappy. You may have.
He's the person to talk cakes, isn't it? Definitely.
Yeah, that's cakes. That's not
Yeah,
biscuits.
but
It's different. Yeah.
He may have, work hours flashbacks.
Yeah.
Sprugru saying, don't confuse the Americans with chocolate. Yeah, because I know the Americans don't know what actual chocolate is.
Actual chocolate, yes.
Yeah. Not
I've
the stuff
had-
they call chocolate.
I've had real European chocolate.
But then again, the Belgians and most of Europe would argue that we don't know what chocolate is because they don't really.
This is also true, but yeah.
So-
Ted's around. I'm here. Welcome,
Hey,
Ted. If
Ted.
you've got your camera set up, come and join in.
Yeah, come in.
Yes.
You know, welcome. Who says, welcome to Snackings 101. Sprugru says, Skip, are you talking about the crisps? Because they'll be different as well.
Oh, skips were nice.
Skips, they're not technically crisps, but they
No,
sort of are.
they
But
dissolve on your tongue, don't they?
they won't be called
Yeah.
crisps in America either, would they? That's not what you call crisps,
No.
is it?
No.
They're potato chips.
Oh yeah,
But that's
potato
different
chips.
because
Oh,
they're not made out of potato.
Yeah,
so,
we don't use
Only
crisps.
one thing you guys do have in America that we can't get over here, which pains me greatly, is graham crackers. I love
You don't
them.
have graham crackers?
No, we don't. I
Oh.
love them. When I visited my friends in California, I made a cheesecake and I used the graham crackers for the base and then
Yeah.
my face with the remainder of the box because they were just like, well, they're just graham crackers. It's like, yeah, but we don't get them. So I'm sat while the cheesecake's baking, I'm sat there stuffing my face with the
I'm
things.
surprised at that. It just
Yeah.
feels like such a staple sort of thing that
Exactly. Well, it's like rich
Yeah.
tea, beer and that kind of thing. You know?
yeah, yeah.
But we don't.
The
We don't.
Joppa
even
cakes.
have
I have no
anything-
idea what that is.
We don't have anything that's even similar. You know, the nearest
Huh.
the nearest looking thing are cream crackers, but they're not the same at all. They kind of look similar, but they're not the same flavor wise or anything. But
Huh.
yeah, graham crackers are the best.
Okay.
Ghost Rider says malted milk biscuits. You can't go wrong with them. They're all right.
Mm,
Yeah.
they're not bad.
B3 says, got a mate that works at McVitie's called Biscuit Burt. Just as well he got a job at McVitie's, really.
Yeah,
with that
I could
name.
see Was he
Yeah.
actually called
Wouldn't work
Biscuit
well in
Burt
an
before he
insurance
got
or
the job,
anything, would it?
Just to clarify.
It says we get a lot of biscuits from him, usually in unmarked packets, so you never know what you're getting apart from penguins.
Oh wow, that's like a fun lottery, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thing with a bad biscuit, not really.
Trisha Rouse said, if you ever wondered, if 3 UK blokes and American walk into a bar, this is sort of the result.
Yeah.
Mayhem throws it wide open. Pink wafers and sponge fingers.
Pink wafers, oh, they were the best. We used to, as a kid, we'd get boxes of broken biscuits. My dad used to get somewhere, I don't know where, and you'd have a box with a plastic bag inside, and you'd open it, and you'd get a huge variety of broken biscuits.
They're still
And-
around.
Yeah.
We got one recently, and it had some biscuits in it that weren't broken.
Ooh,
I was going to complain because
I complain.
Just
that.
stomp on it a few times.
But yeah,
Mail it to yourself.
They quite often came with several of those pink wafers in them, and oh god, they were so good. They were the best things. They're like a weird.
So you can generally get the boxes of broken biscuits from Wilds.
From where? Sorry.
Wilds. So Yorkshire biscuitry. If you go to
I
I think we can get them
Wilds,
from Iceland.
I'm going to say the last time I got some was from an Iceland because they do a plain selection and a chocolate selection, but Wiles I've not heard of. Is that a
No,
wholesale?
it's like it's a bit like what you call bloody Greg's sort of place,
All
but
right.
it's Wild, and it's up in Yorkshire, and it's like you can go in there, you can buy boxes of broken biscuits.
Right. I've never seen one of those. That's weird. I mean, I've been out to Yorkshire for several years, but I go back regularly. So.
And nobody goes out anywhere at all at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, this is true. This is true. Next time I do actually get the chance to cross the border, it's being heavily guarded at the moment, and Nicola Sturgeon is building a wall, I think. But
B3 tells us that a bakestone is a big piece of slate that you used to put over a fire, but they work on stovetops. Mine's been in my family for 200 years. Used to belong to my nan.
all right,
That's
Very
cool.
I see.
Come
So
on,
it's-
having a-
There's a misplaced euro. I know actual chocolate.
So it's kind of like an enormous frying pan without the actual pan shape and the
Yeah,
handle.
you
And
can't
not
put anything
metal.
liquid on it,
Yeah.
obviously.
Well, you
You might
could
get away with eggs, but nothing runnier than that.
to keep scooping it back into
Just to
the
keep. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Osric's around. Chocolate hobnobs for the win.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you know when hobnobs first came out, I loved them because they were a little bit different because they had some slightly chewy bits as well as the crunchy, crumbly bits. But after a while, I'm just not that bothered. I'll eat them, but I'm not that bothered.
Don't
But
seek them out.
digestives,
George says Belgian chocolate's the best. Quite possibly, yes.
Yeah, perfect cheesecake base. Beautiful. So about 3/4 digestive and about 1/4 ginger nuts, and they just give it a little kick. Nice.
Raging Water, I'm off furlough because the restaurant is being completely redone, so I've had to go in and help lug everything around. He's not enjoying it much. Yeah, this is what real people do for work instead of that sitting around in the kitchen cooking. This is manual labor.
Question for the Raging Modeler: what's your take on cupcakes, muffins, and buns?
Muse wants to send you something. I missed out exactly when.
Ooh, that'll be the graham crackers, I imagine. Just the
probably the graham crackers.
Not the particularly flavoured, just the bog basic ones. But that would be highly appreciated. Thank you very much indeed.
Graham says Empire biscuits are 2 rich teas with strawberry jam in the middle, then sugar icing on the top. That does sound nice.
Yeah, it does.
You can buy those from bakeries, but they tend to use like a shortbread mix, like 2 thin shortbreads with filling and then icing and cherry on them. You'll have seen them in bakeries, usually sold in packs of 2 and stuff.
Lynn says, send me your address, I'll send you a box or case of graham crackers.
Thank you, Lynn.
Wait a minute, this is my stream. Where's my free stuff?
That's not biscuits.
We could send you some graham crackers. Maybe you'll like them.
Let him do his own streams and get stuff.
But that's a nice thing about having friends around the world.
Yeah,
they can send your other friends things. Yeah.
I used to get a friend to send canned pumpkin.
See you, Muse. Hope you come back later. Yeah.
Because
later, Muse.
you didn't used to be able to get that here, but you can actually order it from Amazon Pantry now. So actually, that's a fact. I'll check Amazon Pantry.
Yeah.
Just on chance, might save it.
Check just to see.
Yeah.
Skullfish says, well, B3, how old was your nan? I don't think it was hers originally 200 years ago. I think it's been passed down a couple of times before that. I don't know. But
I assumed
I'm 250 years old. Don't tell me how old.
Yeah, there you go. She was 96, but she obviously inherited from her eldest. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Graham likes it that there's a Graham biscuit and cereal too. There's no crisp crackers.
Yeah, golden Graham cereal. The cinnamon things, aren't they?
Plastic Monkey's around. Hello. Athel's here. I only see 6 people on here have thumbed up. It happens.
Well, there's some people who just
there's only 4 of us in here. I bet the other 3 of them haven't. But I can't put my own thumb up. It's rude. It's rude to like your own stuff, I think. Big 3 is a big flat piece of slate, round with a handle cut out of it, 18 inches across, like a frying pan without sides.
It's not just like a.
I pictured a big rectangular thing, but
I imagine like a big rectangular slab. Yeah.
I'm assuming over the 200 years they have refined it somewhat.
Somewhere in the Welsh valleys, half of somebody's roof missing.
Yeah. Sounds like something great to take camping.
Yeah. Now there are 9.
Yeah.
And B3 says, I only thumb up if I've enjoyed the stream, which is fair enough. You don't know if you're going to like it until it's happened. So that's fair enough.
It reminds me of I watched an interview with Eddie Izzard some years ago. And he was talking about, he was touring somewhere with Robbie Coltrane in America. And he said one of the favourite things to do was to go into small diners and things and look for misspellings on the menu and order it, but with the misspelling. And they went into one place and on the menu was steak on a plank. And they thought, no, that's got to be some kind of error. So they ordered steak on a plank. And they literally got a plank of wood with 2 hollows with a tomato in each and a lump of steak sizzling away. And they were, well, it's exactly.
The last one.
Lynn's going to send me Graham's crackers. I don't think Graham would like it, but.
Graham crackers are so nice. They're really, really
nice.
There's a
we have a 5th joining us.
Oh.
You can guess who it is.
Hey, Skipper.
Good evening, Ted. Welcome.
Ted.
You couldn't keep quiet about cakes and biscuits any longer.
It's come on with a surprise announcement. It's just finished the Titanic.
Hello.
Mayhem stuck me thumb up, Chris. Thank you very much. I noticed.
So what What do you have to add on the subject of biscuits and cakes, Ted? Do you have any favourites?
He can't hear. Obviously, can't hear us. Can you hear us, Ted? Are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
He's just ignoring us. Okay.
Just ignoring Ted. That's fair enough.
He came in just to ignore us.
Mayhem says Ted.
Yes.
I don't know why, but there we go.
Well, it's an appropriate reaction. I mean, it's a Ted.
So, Ted, biscuits. What are you dunking your tea? What biscuits do you dunk in your tea, Ted?
Biscuits. Everybody's got a comment on wagon wheels.
They're not technically a biscuit, though. They're more of a chocolate biscuit, but no. But
They're a bit soft, I would have thought, to be called biscuits. But do you actually dunk them in your tea, though, Ted? Can you fit a wagon wheel in your tea?
I know they're smaller than they used to be, but they're not that much smaller than they used to be. I think Ted is lagging. Ted's about 10 minutes behind us, I think. We'll find out.
Yeah. Maybe he's going through catching up on the stream.
Yes. Chocolate malted milk are the best. Everything is irrelevant.
Have I had chocolate?
I think I know what's happened. I've got two streams running. I've got the YouTube stream and the live. I thought there was a lot of chat going on.
Yeah, if you're listening to us on the YouTube stream, you're about 20 seconds behind.
Yeah.
I've turned that one off because it gets bad enough reading the chat a few minutes behind. Actually talking to people live 20 seconds behind is
I've caught up.
Digested.
I've shut the YouTube one down, so I'm with you now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm surprised you had enough internet to do both of them at once.
Well, I'm surprised I've got this much.
Ted's not watching Netflix tonight.
There will be in a minute. Wait till everybody comes up to bed and turns Netflix on.
Yeah.
When
he goes all staticky, we'll
Twisted
know.
Rail says, Teg's on the 20-second delay. I like that new name for you.
Teg.
Super Teg. Yeah.
Teg.
Yeah. Ghost Rider says, Ice Gem.
With Ostrich 9000.
Ostrich 9000. Yeah, what?
Ostrich 90 million, yeah.
New name of Teg.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Ice Gems, anyone?
Ice Gems. I remember them. They were brilliant.
They'd be nicer if they were bigger.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember my great grandma used to always fetch me Ice Gems. I used to enjoy taking the top off and eating them in two separate bits.
And then, you take the top off, but that's the best bit. Then you have to get rid of the biscuit bit.
They're super sweet. I can't eat them now, but as a kid, they were great, unless you had a brother who used to take them out of the packet, bite the ice bit off, and then throw the biscuit bit back in the packet.
Yeah, that would be no good. Yeah,
they weren't so great.
Yeah, it's like biting all the chocolate off almonds, off hazelnuts, isn't it?
Yeah. Apple says, sorry, missed Ted last night. He was trying to get his new DVD player working. Ted's not on DVD.
If you want DVDs, I can print DVDs out and send them out. But you just go back. Just go back and watch. I need all the viewing time I can get, so just go back and watch it.
You could have the U-boat DVD set.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
I was watching back some old YouTube footage last night that I did sort of years ago. Oh my God, it was awful.
I actually had talking of stuff on DVDs. When I first started airbrushing, I bought a DVD and a how to airbrush DVD, because this was before I really knew much about YouTube, and it wasn't that common at the time. There wasn't that much, because this was before digital media, so people were still filming on tape camcorders and capturing footage and stuff. And I still have somewhere, not a DVD, a video, somewhere I still have a completely useless VHS video of how to airbrush.
Cool. Lynn's asking about Ice Gems. Yeah, how do you describe Ice Gems? They're teeny tiny biscuits.
Tiny little rich tea biscuit
on top.
Yeah, with a blob.
It's not normal icing. It's like hard, frosty icing, but yeah.
Kind of like shaped sugar.
Yeah, frosty.
Yeah, basically just sugar on top of a really tiny biscuit.
Yeah, like a really rich icing. Like you get a cake, but
like
hard.
cake decorations that are made out of sugar.
That's
It's
the thing.
really
Yeah,
hard
basically
shape.
the size of your thumbnail biscuit.
Yeah.
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 If you want to get your kids hyper, just give them a packet of them, and then they're going like fucking rockets.
Yeah.
Well, those are what you get for someone else's kids,
Yes.
and then send them home.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
The kind of thing. Yeah, it's the kind of thing grandparents give to the grandkids just before the parents pick them up.
Yeah.
Because they're like, it's the kind of thing they wouldn't have given to their own kids. But as when the grandparents are like, have all this chocolate, have all this icing, have all this sugar, eat it all.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's icing like Hershey's Kisses on a small round biscuit. I don't know what Hershey's Kisses are, but if you say so, yep.
Oh, well, if it's anything like Hershey's chocolate, I don't know anything more about it.
Well, it might be all right. It's basically sugar. You can't go wrong with just sugar, can you?
Not really.
Really.
A kiss is just a little dollop of chocolate that's about an inch high that is just shaped and kind of like a bell almost,
Right.
and with a pointy top
Than a kiss.
and wrapped in foil.
Ah.
Right, let's go across to the gallery. If you haven't already, you can always put stuff in the Gross group. And that's where I'm going to go momentarily to have a look at the pictures that have been put up in the last week. There's still time. Even while I'm showing it off, you can still post stuff up there. If you're not already a member, join and we'll let you in. Probably pretty quickly if we notice.
Add in for next week's gallery to pictures of biscuits.
If not, absolutely, yep. So let's... I can do that, and then if I do that, then you lot can still be there, and that sits over there, like that. And it's working this week as well. We've actually got, pictures and words and stuff.
Yay.
So this one is from Ricardo. It's a tank. That's used all of my knowledge of it so far. I don't know what tank it is.
Brown and darker brown.
No, I don't.
I don't know. I think there's other pictures of it, if it helps.
Very nicely made.
I want to say Challenger for some reason. It's got that the shape of the top bit, but I'm probably completely wrong.
I am not knowledgeable at all.
You'll find.
Any ideas on that one?
No, we have
I think
bag full of Legos. Legos are always good.
That's Lego. That's Barry to me. I think got a big bag of Lego from somewhere.
Oh.
And cleaned it and washed it. I think it got it from like a charity shop or something. How broken it? See what
good
happened?
Move.
Because obviously didn't know where it'd been. It came with some instructions for Mega Blocks.
Oh, okay. Those aren't Legos or Mega Blocks. All right. Luckily, are some specific Lego pieces.
Slave 1-ish.
Yeah.
At least some of it.
In progress.
Look, on the subject of the game, my ex-missus phoned earlier to sort some stuff regarding presents for my son and stuff, and boast about the fact that she's just got a new Xbox. So, not that it meant
a proper new Xbox or a new one that isn't a new one.
I was just like, yeah, it's me and game, but yeah, she got it on Tuesday apparently. So,
we've got Ross and we've got Ross, so I'll let Ross do some talking.
Oh, that's me. Age of Sigma, Celestin,
giant crossbow man.
Yeah,
figurine from Warhammer. Basically, it's the Age of Sigma one.
Yeah, that is a big friggin' crossbow.
It's Warhammer stuff, Ted.
Oh right,
yeah, it's Age of Sigma. Sorry.
Yeah,
this is Steve Beanie.
That's the bulldozer.
We saw it last time. It was in multicolours and things, but once it's all in primary, it does all come together.
Yep. Looks like it's got some pre-shading going on. Looks even more harsh now. Oh, wow.
Now it goes green.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Don't know what that is, like a giant anchor.
Looks like almost plowish, doesn't it? This is a bulldozer thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a giant military bulldozer.
All right.
Yeah.
It's got like battleship doors on it.
Yeah, it almost looks like something that should be sat on the deck of a ship, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. That is really cool.
Yeah, I assume they look like they should be windows, but I don't think they are. I don't know.
I don't know, the younger ones might be masked off windows.
I can't tell what scale it is, how big it is, or you know.
It's
35th maybe, with it being military.
Yeah, you know, a definitive door or a ladder or something to get scale.
It's obviously still a work in progress.
Yeah,
So I'm sure
we'll
when
it's
find
done
out as we get closer. Lewis has been doing his tank, painting and weathering on it.
That's
B3 says spaceship. It's probably not a spaceship. You'd make it a spaceship, but no.
It looks Shermanish to me.
Yep, that looks like a Sherman to me too.
Oh yeah, it says very on
the Aries says it's a 1/35th scale Meng D9R bulldozer.
1/35th, right? I thought it might be with it being military.
Yeah, the armored version.
Yeah. Philip's been doing a nice shiny engine block.
Okay.
30 up later. I don't know what it is from either, but it's certainly shiny at the moment. Mike has been doing it. Don't know if this is another part work that he does a lot of part works, but I don't know if that is.
Yeah.
He did say what it was from. Hang about. It's from. Oh no, it might be the MiG 35. Says David.
Those ports behind it. I'm not real sure.
It's like a jet cannon.
He's also started the new
cool
artwork.
That's cool.
It's quite big.
Yeah.
It's really cool with the crate that you often, that picture you often see model groups with the Jeep in the crate.
Yeah. Just packed in grease.
Part of it.
Dave has built another one of his book dioramas with a Spitfire coming out of the pages of a Spitfire book.
Oh, that's cool.
It's quite an interesting concept. That.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
He has another angle of that, but he obviously hasn't at the moment.
I like the U-boat one that he did.
Yes, that was the first of his series.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, that's a cool
obviously
idea.
epoxy works well as water.
Yeah.
Trying to get it to work as air, I think, isn't quite so successful, but with what he's got going on down the ground level, it works quite well.
Yeah.
Air with a lot of smoke and stuff like that. It could.
Yeah.
Philip's in the chat there. He says it's from his Niki Lauda Ferrari 312T 1/12 scale. That was the engine.
Oh,
the engine, right. I thought you meant the canopy for a minute.
No.
Like canopy on a Formula 1 car.
No, not quite. This is mine, so I can talk about this. This was what I finished on Sunday. The Orc Battle Wagon.
Okay.
It's the first time I've seen the pictures on the big screen, actually. So.
Michael,
I'm quite happy.
Yeah.
Came out in the end.
Yeah, it came out nicely. It's
probably
just the right amount of grimy and cruddy. Yeah,
that's really good.
Looks
nicely done.
Going backwards and forwards, but there we go. Yeah. It obviously it could always be better, and you always find problems in pictures. But yeah,
this is my first time seeing it all together.
Looks good to me.
Okay, I love the little dude with the caliper.
Yeah,
battle caliper.
This is B3. He said he didn't know what he was bored, and he had his bits box at hand, so he just put that together, but he doesn't know what it is yet.
Can you tell what
it'll
it is?
tell you?
It's a thing.
It'll be some sort of spaceship or submarine, maybe. But yeah, this was me yesterday. The two origami things I did on the live stream.
There used to be a program on of a lunchtime when I was at school, Origami, and he used to try to keep up with the guy that was doing it. But by the time he'd done 2 falls, he'd finished it.
Yeah.
You'd definitely be able to keep up with me doing it. There's no problem with that. Yeah, so...
is that a Ferengi?
Ferengi, yeah, well done. Keeps asking to know where I am, but don't need to know. That's issue 1 of the Jeep. Mike.
Cool.
I think
I'm guessing maybe a 1/8 scale.
It's going to be fairly sizable, isn't it? I mean, they usually are quite.
It's going to be huge, yeah.
Yeah, anything 1/8. I mean, it'd wind up being a good about like that.
Oh, it's going to be at least that, I think. Yeah. B3 says he still doesn't know. It's just a generic thing at the moment. Yeah. Adam has been shopping.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know what to do first, but
Is that
Not
a
very cool.
Jason Voorhees? It's hard to tell over
Oh,
on the
yeah,
far right.
Jason
Yeah,
there.
it does look a bit like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, the machete. I can't tell from the face though. If
It does. It looks kind of boiler suit machete-ish, doesn't it?
yeah. Well, the head. I mean, it looks like it could be Michael Myers either. So can't tell.
Paul, an hour ago, put up that. I don't know what it is. Again, it's a tank.
It is green.
It's a green thing.
Yes, it is very green.
Adam says that Festa printed him out. It is a Jason. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
I
need a resin printer.
That's different to that. I can tell that. Once it's a tank, and that's a plane.
Yeah.
That's still a plane.
Yeah,
it looks one of the ones with the working.
Oh yeah, it's got
cool
F3
swing wings.
Tornado F3.
Cool.
The only jet I ever built that I liked was one as a kid, which was one. It actually they were interlinked, so if you moved one wing, the other moved with
it. Had
and
teeth.
If I remember, I never actually painted it. I just used to play with it and sweep the wings back and forward. But otherwise, I hate building jets. They just tend to be a bit bland and they bore me. But that one I liked because of the wings that moved.
Oh, I see what the green thing is now. That's that tank, isn't it?
It's a tank, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what flavour.
That's definitely the one
it was.
Is it
Can't think of the name of it. Can't think of the name of it. It was. We give it away a few weeks ago on E-Models. This kit.
All right.
The name will come to me after. I can't think of it.
Is it supposed to have a lid or is it an open?
No,
top?
no, it's an open. It's got an open top. It's a tank.
I'm quite impressed that the guy on the left isn't falling over.
Yeah. Maybe a little blue tack is being used there.
A convertible tank. How
yeah.
I would think somebody with an M10 Achilles.
Okay.
Yeah, the Achilles.
Something like that. I mean, admittedly, you'd have to get close enough, but somebody could just kind of.
I would just think. Yeah, I was just thinking somebody with a good throwing arm and a grenade could really make a bad day.
And that's Steve. It's a Zvezda T90, massive big tank. Won't look like that when it's finished because
who knows what it's going to wind up being.
You can't follow instructions, so it's probably going to end up being a hover tank.
The cannons on these modern ones are just
they're
unbelievable, aren't they? They really are.
I like the shaping of that though. It's just cool angles.
And
I'm telling you that plane was an FB111 Wild Weasel, apparently.
Crazy.
That's mine.
I don't recognise that.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to look at the name for that one. But
it's I just when he said just to put a couple up, so I just dived in and put a couple. Nice. This is the Tamiya Long Range Desert Group Jeep, and in the background there, I think there's another picture later on. Is
the SAS Jeep, Ted?
Sorry,
is that the SAS Jeep?
That's the SAS Jeep. Yeah,
I've seen pictures of the box for that. I like that. It's nice. It's
I teamed it up with the wagon at the. You'll see the wagon in a few minutes when we get to the end.
Cool.
Oh, I love the front grill on the Jeep.
Yeah, that guy there on the left looks very angry. I think he's lost. The Schnellboot.
Yeah, I can tell you what that one is. Graham's put that up.
Schnell.
Yeah. Germany boats are very popular, very fast. Aluminium. Yeah. There's only one still in existence. It's been in preservation.
Oh. Does it go under the water? Is it a sub?
Yeah.
Because it looks more like it. You know, it shouldn't go under the water.
No, it's an over the water one. That one, isn't it?
It doesn't go under the water. The front half looks like it'd be quite comfortable going under the water.
Fast boat, not a U-boat.
Yeah, they had a huge crew on them. There was something like 16 or 20. There was whatever. There was a huge crew on them for such a small boat.
Does anybody know what E-boat stands for, though? I would think that U-boat means like underwater. So
these were actually Schnellboot, but I think they was just given to it for.
Might be surface.
I might be right. I might be wrong.
Are they part of it built in Yorkshire? E-boat.
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 Yeah, so the front third of it looks like it should go under the water, but the back
yeah,
bit
it looks like a submarine in the first part, and then like chopped it off.
looks like they started building it as a sub, and then thought we haven't got enough. We'll leave it like that. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it does look fast. That's definitely a cool design.
More of.
So yeah, I built this for a friend, so I no longer have it. I just haven't shared many pictures of it, so
that's great work, Ted. That's beautiful.
Thought I'd show. Yeah, the long way the wagon itself was all done with filters and things like that. That's why if you see the two different colours, so yeah, it's done purposely. Yeah.
Apparently, E-boat was actually the Western Allies designation for the German fast boats. So they referred to German fast boats as E-boats. There wasn't a German designation, so there you go.
Right, there we go. Yeah, now we know. Yeah, every day is a school day on these live streams.
It is indeed. Yeah.
And that was the last one. So I shall return, and I shall make us all return to a more normal setting. Yeah, as Pauline says, he's a fast attack craft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just assumed that it was a German designation and it maybe stood for something. But there you go.
Steve wants one of those. It needs to be a spaceship.
Yeah, it's like really good shape for doing that, B3. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it would be, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Paul says apparently the E meant enemy.
Okay.
Yeah, that would fit.
So that was the pictures from the group this week. I say you can always join in, put some pictures up, even if it's like work in progress, as many of them were, or finished works, as some of them were as well. I generally don't put much of my stuff up there, mainly because I don't do very much at the moment. But I tend to put up what I've done on the Wednesday night stream. If I remember, I'll put pictures of that up. But it's mainly for you lot, so you can, be shared.
I will hopefully get some desire to build something back again soon and start putting some stuff up myself. But it's just really feeling it.
Yeah, I think this year has pretty much been written off for me in model making terms.
Yeah.
It's actually that's not helped this year. It's really kind of thrown a spanner in the works, and it's even to the point of where I'm normally not hugely bothered about going out and about. Any chance I get to just take a walk to the shops or something now is nice to get
special occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I have been back at work between the two lockdowns, but it still hasn't felt like being back at work normally.
Yeah.
I've been doing reduced hours and everything anyway. But
still not normal.
And again, this lockdown, as I predicted at the beginning of the lockdown, the first week I've done absolutely nothing because I've got another 3 weeks after that.
Yeah.
Now we're into the second week and I still haven't got the urge to actually do anything.
Yeah.
But I will try to.
Yeah, I think I was like that as well, Chris. Particularly the first lockdown. Second lockdown, I think because it's time constraint, we know how long we've got, whereas the first one was sort of endless.
Yeah,
kind of hanging in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, this one we know there's perhaps an end coming to it, and I think I've sort of started to get myself back into gear and get on with things. So yeah, should be seeing something coming out soon.
Adam says, did I link my new video in the group? If not, I will shortly. You may well have. When I go through the gallery thing, I literally just do the pictures. So it sorts out the pictures for me that have been added, not links and everything else. I'm pretty sure I did see the link to your new month's video thing in there, but feel free to link it again. It's not a problem. You can probably, you can post links in the chat. So you could even post a link for it there directly yourself.
Oh, yeah, mod.
V3 says something, and then it moved, so I clicked the wrong one. I had a battery-powered toy of the E-boat when I was a kid. It even fired torpedoes, but they were solid rubber and sank. Yeah, I don't think that.
Yeah, those should be hollow plastic, so they stay floating.
Sprue Glue says Gemma needs to get a whip out, and Paul says by week 3 Gemma will have loads of things to Chris. I didn't say that I haven't got things to do. Just that I haven't done any of them.
Not doing them.
There is a strong difference between that.
Are torpedoes actually buoyant? Do they have buoyancy aids in them, or would they sink if they stopped propelling forwards?
No
I
idea.
don't know enough military stuff to have any idea.
I mean, I know, I've seen in the films. Actually, a friend of mine used to work down at the Navy base. Next time I see him, I'm going to ask him.
Yeah,
they used to carve. I mean, the torpedoes were massive. I've seen photos of him sitting on as they're wheeling it from one place to another.
Yeah, I would think they would have neutral buoyancy because they have to fire them both at surface level and underwater.
Yeah,
they need it to go straight, so it'd be neutral buoyancy.
You think they've maybe got air tanks in them where they can regulate it or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
you could set your torpedoes for depth and range.
Yeah, I'm just kind of wondered. I never thought about it before, but if
me neither.
Went out of propulsion and just stopped, sit there bobbing, or would they just gloop, 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 gloop?
Yeah.
They're fired out with compressed air, and as they run out, the batteries engage, so the propellers start turning, and they hit the water, and they just keep running.
Right.
But what usually happens is your torpedo boat would fire the torpedoes, aiming at the ship, or generally aim at the ship, and then turn away. So they would leave the torpedo running, and they'd turn away and go on another course.
Adam said he forgot he could still do that. He's still not used to being a mod, and then he does put his shameless plug up there, which I can put on the video, and you'll have to type it in. But if you're actually in the chat, you can just click on the link.
Yeah.
But yeah. B3 says, if I was off work, I'd do stuff as well, to be honest. Yeah. If you are, it's the sob story of I didn't get any time off last lockdown. I'm not getting any time off this lockdown because everybody wants the internet to work. So sorry, Steve.
Yeah, just think where the entertainment that's being provided by Chris and Ted and everybody would be without the internet. You see?
Exactly. All these delightful screens.
We applaud you.
Adam says he's such a spoon. Yeah, you can join the Spoon Hut as well. Yeah,
you can. Yes, yeah.
I don't think anyone's posted anything in there for months, but
no, it's kind of stagnated somewhat, hasn't it?
Yeah, I wonder how
it was only created as a joke, but then it sort of became useful. But yeah,
I wonder how much of YouTube is just wasted space. Like there must be, or Facebook is just wasted space. There must be groups and all sorts up there that nobody's ever used.
Facebook, I'd say about 95%.
Yeah, there must be a creaking, dusty door somewhere that somebody will find all these YouTube channels just stocked up.
The stats for YouTube are absolutely mental. There's something like 500 hours of footage uploaded every minute.
Yeah.
It is absolutely crazy.
I think it works out something like there's more YouTube footage put up in a day than the BBC have broadcast since they ever started.
I can believe that. When I first started using YouTube, you were limited to 10 minutes max video and a really small file size, which equated to about 480p resolution. And now it's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
But does anyone remember the advert for, I think it might have been Carlsberg, where there's a phone ringing and there's a fellow walking down all these corridors sort of listening, and he comes to this old-fashioned door and sort of opens the door, and it's this dark office, and there's an old-fashioned phone ringing on the desk, and he walks over to it, blows the dust off it, picks the phone up, says like, hello, and it's like, oh, sorry, wrong number. Oh, okay, bye, and he puts the phone down, walks out, closes the door, and it says something like Carlsberg Complaints Department on the door. I thought that was really great.
Clever. Yeah, I like that.
Graham says torpedoes had neutral buoyancy. It's how they work.
Okay.
But B3 says 1970 Soyuz one's probably not meant to work properly.
Yeah.
They also didn't explode. So it's not really a shock that they didn't float.
Yeah. Well, you could put in the 70s. You could probably put caps in the end of them so that
again, I don't think caps would work too well in the water.
Do you know that?
But if they were hard rubber, I mean, it'd still hurt with a good
spring. You know
spring.
that little Nelly that I built? The little one, the 1/24th Airfix little Nelly that I built?
Vaguely.
The rocket pods on the side of that one, on the original Airfix release that I had years ago, it came with a pair of springs in the kit.
All right.
And you could actually put the little plastic torpedoes or rockets into the pods.
Yeah.
You come back and it had a little handle on the side with a hook in it, which hooked into the side of the thing. And
cool.
And it fired them out. But when they re-released the kit, they actually got rid of the bit that that retained the springs and the springs.
They did.
It still had all the other bits to it, but you couldn't couldn't actually use it.
We can't be trusted.
No, I know.
Too many kids are firing them into their own mouths. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, we had
here.
Please do.
All sorts when we were kids. They were great.
Oh yeah.
Well, famously the Star Wars Boba Fett figure, the 3¼ inch action figure, and a rocket launcher that did fire, but didn't because they actually glued the rocket in place before they packaged it out.
Yeah, because
the mechanism was all inside it and ready to go. But
because they're so rare, the ones with
they just thought, no, you better not do that.
All because of some badly designed Battlestar Galactica toys.
Do you remember the first Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader with the sliding?
Yeah, going up and down the arm. Yeah, it looked like they had bad surgery.
Yeah.
For the time, it was clever.
I've got the original ones, but the end of the lightsaber has obviously broken off because
that little tip that snaps off. Yeah.
The lightsaber had two. It had like the thick bit that was in the arm that came out, but there was a thin bit on the end as well.
Like an antenna sticking off the end. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was probably to aid in pulling it out if you couldn't push it out, maybe, or something.
Or
but it did look
gave it some length without as much plastic.
B3 confirms that they do hurt. When his brother threw them at me, he weaponized all my toys. I suppose, it doesn't matter if it fires anything if you can actually throw the entire thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and almost anything made into a projectile will hurt given enough force.
I'll tell you what does hurt. A radio-controlled car hurtling into your ankles.
Yeah, I would expect so.
I once
depending on the shape.
In a place in Derbyshire, there's an actual purpose-built track in a little village in Derbyshire. It's amazing. And it had proper tarmac thing racetrack. And it's got like a bird watching
thing.
Kind of spotter thing where the race marshals would stand watching and comment. And it had little troughs at certain points on the track with a fence about that high. And that's where the marshals of the track would stand in case they would put a car back on its wheels because they'd get over and stuff. So they'd run out, put it back on its wheels so they could carry on. And when I first went there and saw that, it's like, why have they got little troughs around the thing? And it's like, oh, that's just because of the risk of people getting their ankles broken. Because some of these petrol-powered ones hurtle around at like 6 miles an hour.
So instead of it hitting you in the ankles, it'd hit you in the groin.
Well, yeah, but I suppose the other risk would be if it broke your ankle, you'd fall down onto the track, and then all the others would hit your face.
Yeah. If they were little gas-powered ones, then they would have a lot of mass. That'd be a heavy car. These are
the petrol-powered ones with the metal chassis. They're really good.
Paul says his daughter had a Lego boat which had some bits with springs in them that are supposed to fire small Lego pieces. Not sure how that got past health and safety. Yeah, the Lego still do it. There are some Lego kits that have got sprung-loaded torpedo things.
Yeah, but I suppose Lego in itself is a dangerous item anyway. That's why it's got an age range on it. So
that's probably it. Yep. Graham says, Ted, that's an awesome T-shirt. Link, please.
You just have to go to the old guy's shop and buy one. I didn't have a link. I just bought it in the shop.
Hang about. I'll put you in front and centre so people can see it properly.
There we are. Dark side of the shed.
Dark side of the shed. I like.
Blank floored. Oh.
So the rainbow, but
nice.
You know how Lego says from 0 to 99 or whatever it is? It's from whatever to 99. What happens if you're 100 years old and playing with Lego?
You're not allowed to use it.
Kick your door down and come and swipe.
Yeah, the Lego police come along and take all your Lego away. It's part of the thing when you get your telegram from the Queen. It's got a little PS at the bottom.
Do not play with Lego.
Please send me all your Lego. Yeah.
Speaking of Lego kits, my son's just built that Range Rover Discovery one, or he's in the process of building it. It's amazing. It's got all gears in it, and
the steering thing and the working.
Working suspension, 4-wheel drive, high-low ratios, and all sorts.
Yeah, it's amazing what kind of engineering is coming out of there now. It's just staggering.
Any of you ever been to Legoland? To one of the Lego lands?
They've been in Legoland. I think that's where he got it.
It is mind blowing. It's mind blowing. We took when my boy was little, he was nagging at us for a long time to go, and we ended up combining a holiday. We actually went to Denmark and went to the original one in Billund.
Oh, right.
Ooh.
And foolishly, we thought, we'll buy him loads of Lego when we're there because it'll be cheaper. No.
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 A dime a piece.
It was very slightly, but the emphasis on very. But the place itself is out of this world. It's amazing. You look at the scale of some of the things like Mount Rushmores, and they've actually built entire sort of cityscapes. Like you've got the entire Hollywood Boulevard with the Chinese theatre and all that kind of thing. You've got Mount Rushmore. You've got the White House. You've got, and all the Colosseum in Rome, and they're just amazing.
Yeah. So when they finished them, did they have a bag of bits left?
Quite probably.
I'm a lifetime pass holder to our Legoland, so I can go as many times as I like. It don't cost me anything to get in there. I've already paid up front, basically. But they used to. They did occasional like special events, and one we went to was like a behind the scenes sort of tour, and it really is so impressive. You look, and they've got like a room where they store the Lego that they're not using at the moment. And it's literally just a drawer of, this is all of this color bits that are this shape, and next to it's a different color of the same shape, and it's thousands and millions of pieces.
Yeah,
so cool.
It really is very impressive. But the thing that gets me is how they can make something look like the kit from very few pieces.
Yeah,
and you get one of these car kits that's only got like 100 pieces in it, but it looks just like the real thing.
Yeah,
I mean, all the Legoland stuff is made from just bits of Lego. It's not like these kits where you've got specially shaped pieces and stuff. But anyone that's never been, if you get a chance, it's well worth it. It's so good. So good.
Yeah, that's one of those bucket list things for lifetime.
Ethel started building his Lego Harley Davidson Fatboy Slim.
Ooh,
nice.
I thought that was a pop group.
B3 says only 7 weeks till I can build the Lego Landy and Razor Crest. Yeah,
Lego to me is
that Razor Crest.
What's the Razor Crest?
That's
Mandalorian.
the ship from the Mandalorian.
Oh, right. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's a beautiful ship.
I've not started watching season 2 yet.
Oh, it's so good.
I watched the first episode of season 2 so far. It's delayed a bit and haven't got back around to the next one yet, but yeah, still very good.
Yes, quite
I was
good.
impressed with season 1. I liked that.
I've watched all
season 2 kicks off with a bang, man. You're gonna like,
on the TIE Fighter.
Literally,
yeah. That's how TIE Fighter wings should have always worked.
Yeah,
I hope they retcon that as being how they always have worked.
Yeah, because I remember when I first saw them thinking, well, they've got to land on the wing tip, and then they've got to have a ladder or something.
And
but when I saw that, it's like, that's so clever.
They just fold shut.
Amazing. Yeah.
In Rebels, they actually showed, they landed on the wingtips, but they just never showed the pilots getting in and out. So
I don't know that was a normal TIE fighter, though. I think that was a special one. I think normal TIE fighters don't fold up.
No.
Probably not, but it should.
Hugo's here. Welcome, Hugo. Welcome.
Hey, Hugo.
Hi, Hugo.
We also have scale modelling channel Frankie B. It's a bit of a mouthful. I hope we're well. We're all fine. Thank you very much. How are you? Stewpot has so much Lego to do. Man cave needs to be finished first. Yeah, you need somewhere to do it first, and then
somewhere to put it up.
Yeah, I tried to sort my man cave out today. I tidied it up, but it wasn't really tidied up. It was just a rearrangement of all the shit.
Moving stuff around. Yeah,
that's what I've got. I can take like 3 or 4 garbage bags full of stuff out of here, and you can't tell.
Yeah. I'm choosing the clear one.
As you can see from this,
like, amazing. But it's like, don't look at the other side. That's where all the crap is.
Is this your normal working room, Spid? Because I know we're at a different angle to normal.
It's
the camera the other side.
Room, but I've got a different bench. I actually picked this desk up. It's an old office desk I picked up from a local free ads.
All right.
Refurbishing an office up the road, and they chucked out like 12 perfectly good desks. So it's a really, really long.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Really long desk with drawers in the front and everything. And my old one, I've used to I can't turn my laptop round enough, but my old desk that I used to use, which was literally just a table, a bog basic table, I've now got me watchmaker's lathe on, which and just various bits of crap get shoved over there and sit on there. So this definitely gives me all this space. It means I can actually have my laptop here, because before I had anywhere to put my laptop in here. So
that's
very handy.
Yeah, it looks like a 7-foot long desk that looks huge from the perspective.
I'd say it's 5 foot, I think.
Okay.
I mean, it probably looks long.
From the camera perspective at one end, it looks huge.
But yeah, it is obviously the perspective and the camera, but it's about 5 foot long.
Okay. That's still
no, I mean,
a good
it was only like 2.5 foot square, just above standard table, you know. So there was only just enough room to put my model tools and bits. Just not enough room really for anything.
I'd love to get my hands on a lathe. Oh.
And then over in the corner, I've got an old glass computer desk with my 3D printers on, and kits that are just piled up haphazardly.
Yeah.
So anyone got anything else to talk about briefly before we think about wrapping up? Any other notes of interest? Anything you want to show off?
I just want to reiterate that Jaffa cakes are indeed cakes and not biscuits.
Yeah.
For anybody who's in any doubt.
You can tell that because it's in the name.
Yeah, the clue's in the name.
It is.
I've got progress.
Even bigger, isn't it? Hang about. I'll make you bigger because
it's got wheels.
Oh my God! Look at the size of that.
And I finished up the suspension in the back.
Cool.
I had to modify the suspension back here because it came with leaf springs, so it had like looks like a bow with one side to the other, but Cadillacs didn't have that.
All right.
Of this type.
Modified ambulance ones, no?
So this was originally an ambulance, but it's based on a Cadillac frame. And so I took my Dremel and chopped those off because those are all metal shocks that they put in there.
Right.
And a little styrene to make them look.
What I meant was was it not lengthened, the original one? Did they not take a Cadillac and lengthen it to make the ambulance?
They might have, yeah. I think they probably did.
The suspension?
But I couldn't find any evidence that they ever used leaf springs regardless of the model.
Right, okay.
So I've done pretty extensive research on it.
Cool.
And
I just wondered, because I know sometimes when they make, like if they make stretch limousines or they make things like that, they sometimes modify some bits for a particular purpose.
Yeah, and the leaf springs very well might have been accurate, but from all the stuff I found, that it just didn't.
And the important thing is what you want it to look like and how you want it to work. So
I had fun doing it.
Being an ambulance, you probably wouldn't.
Lynn's saying, "What the heck is that?" It's the XO1, isn't it?
Yes.
Into leaf springs.
Yes, this is the Eagle Moss Hero Collector Ecto 1.
Look, that's amazing. Look at the size of that.
Doubles as skateboard.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Here's what the engine bay looks like. And so, it's now after this part here, then it goes into doing all the interior.
Cool.
So this can actually be set aside.
How many issues is that?
I think 120.
Yeah, but how many is that so far?
Oh, I'm on like 12.
It's quite quick then. That's coming on quite quick.
The base quite quickly then.
Yeah, it's like each issue is 4 stages. So you know how you get like 4 different issues a month? This is one issue of a magazine with 4 stages in it.
Right.
Okay, that's different.
And it's pretty nice. Here's the dashboard.
That's big, isn't it?
Which has good lighting in it.
Yeah.
What scale is that?
It's 1/8.
That's 1/8. Wow. I mean, the Cadillacs were massive anyway.
Oh yeah, and I mean, being the ambulance version, it's just absolutely massive.
Like, I remember a woman I used to work with. Her husband was quite a well-known musician. He was in several sort of well-known Scottish bands and whatnot. Had his own studio, and he loved American cars. And one of the things one of her favorite stories was when he bought a Cadillac, and he had it for about a month, and realised it was utterly useless on these roads up here because we've got a single track. And when I say single track, I literally mean just about
one lane,
a
both
foot
ways.
wider than your average UK car either side.
Yeah.
Went and bought a They lived it.
Spruglu says Jaffa cakes go hard when stale making them biscuits. You mean that the other way around?
It's the other way around.
Biscuits go soft when they go stale.
Yes.
That's because
Biscuits
normal
go
biscuits
soft
you
when
can
they
break
stale.
open, they don't bend.
Which is why they're cakes, not biscuits. So they're
Sorry.
And background to the
completely wrong way
beginning.
around.
yeah. So, but that is some size. That is a massive, massive car.
Yeah.
Steve says, "Can you imagine the size of the Stay Puft Man that goes with that?"
Is it
You'd be basically me.
with
I won't ask if you got the little hat. No, I don't want to know.
No.
Are you going to get the proton packs to sit in the back?
It came with it. Yeah.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
They're really nicely done. They do need some modifications to make them accurate, and of course, I have to add lights.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Hugo is doing the 1/8 Dodge Charger and Jaguar E-Type on his channel.
Oh,
they'll be
nice.
almost as big.
Yep. So yeah, I've really grown fond of the 1/8 scale car here like this because it's just
Mental size.
they can put so much detail into it. Most of these part work cars seem to be 1/8.
Are you going to be painting the body then? Is it or
It comes pre-painted,
You're leaving it pre-painted?
but what I'm planning to do is like what I did with the chassis here is weathering it.
Right.
And I don't believe in a pristine Ecto 1.
Well, no,
Like ever since the first scene in the first movie, as soon as they pulled out of the garage, it was no longer pristine. So,
well, yeah, the one where it's saying it just needs new shocks, brake lines.
exactly. I've actually got that list written out, and I repainted the parts that he said needed to be replaced.
Oh, cool!
And it's got a brand new transmission in here. It's a different color from the engine.
Oh, brilliant! So
I tried to take that into account.
That's a brilliant idea. I love it.
And
one of my favorite films, Ghostbusters. I love that. And the Ecto one, of course.
Lynn still wants the X-Wing. I know you've been saying that for a while, but
I wouldn't have anywhere to display it, unfortunately, but I absolutely love it.
it's quite big. Oh dear. Ted, you must have seen Ghostbusters, Ted.
I've seen Ghostbusters, yeah.
There we go.
Yay!
I think it's the two of them, though, because
there's at least two. But
there's the two main films. There was the remake that they did a few years ago. It wasn't bad, but then there's the third one. Yeah.
There's another one. Isn't there another one coming out soon, or to be
it
out
was
already?
supposed to have been out this spring.
Yeah,
everything.
But it's good. That's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be Spengler's.
It's Ghostbusters 3, yeah, and it's got Spengler's
it's got the original
family,
in the barn.
Yeah, and
the trailer for that looks incredible.
And they came out with a wand for Spengler's wand, which is a wonderful replica. I have that.
Nice.
Right.
And it's just amazing.
Oh, cool.
Sal's in. Just as we're about to wrap up. Welcome, Sal.
Hey.
G'day, guys. I met the man that built and wore the Stay Puft suit in the original movie.
Oh, cool.
Very cool.
It must have been really, really tall.
Yeah.
And I bet that was really uncomfortable under stage lighting.
Yeah.
It'd be like wearing a kaiju suit.
It's like those old pictures of the Star Wars characters in the rubber things where in between takes they were blowing cold air with a hairdryer.
Yeah. Or ice water with a long straw.
I don't know where Ghostbusters was filmed. I mean, I know the Star Wars, they did a lot in Tunisian desert, so obviously hot anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know where they filmed Ghostbusters, if the environment itself was
California.
Going to be quite hot then.
Presumably, yeah. It would have been pretty warm, I reckon, yeah.
You know, and I mean, stage lighting, regardless, is going to be
true. Yeah.
hot. You know, even though the scenes were dark.
I was once in a BBC studio some years back when we went to see a show, and just sat in the studio with the studio lights. You sat there in a shirt and go, you know.
Yeah.
And the lights weren't even pointing at you.
Yeah. The people actually moving around in the studio.
Yeah.
Oof, wow.
Steve says that Chocolate Velociraptor's completely ruined his movie habits this year.
Yes.
Should be watching Bond tonight, for example. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
No offense, but you're not 007. No, I'd never claimed to be Bond.
Chris could be the next 007.
It could be,
I could be. But no, they did ask, but I said no. I'm far too busy with the live streams and stuff. And I couldn't possibly.
Okay. So they settled for the
casting. Anything could happen.
Sal says when you first see Stay Puft, he's only wearing the head part. You can actually see his normal clothes in between the buildings.
I'm not.
Now some people are going to be watching.
I gotta
after this
turn that back on and try and catch that. That sounds kind of awesome.
Somebody told me years back that you could see somebody wearing a wristwatch in the battle scene in Braveheart.
There's lots of things that there's helicopters in the background of things and stuff, and yeah. Hugo says, "What's your favourite car from the '80s?" I'd have to say Kit, Knight Rider.
Kit.
There's no option.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Oh, Kit. It's got to be Kit. I mean, the '80s, pointy black vehicles. You couldn't beat it. You've got Knight Rider. You've got Airwolf, the best helicopter ever made.
Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, yeah, that was cool. That was '70s, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see.
The '80s.
I did like the car from Automan as well. I don't know what type of car it was.
It was, I think, a Lamborghini that they.
It was that sort of thing, but
yeah.
Which one was that, Chris?
Automan.
Automan, yeah, the one.
The Tron ripoff. Yeah,
that was cool.
I've got a model. What am I?
It was. I suspect that was just like a concept car rather than.
I don't know if it was a real car, but whatever it was. Yeah.
I'll tell you another cool car. Did you ever watch Hardcastle and McCormick?
I know the name, but I can't picture it.
Called the Cody Coyote. It was supposed to have been developed as a race car.
Right.
The first episode, he was like a disgraced race driver and thief. And in the first episode, he was actually stealing this car, and then ends up getting caught. And the judge gives him an option of either I throw the book at you or you come and work for me, and catch the criminals, kind of thing. But that particular car was some kind of concept vehicle. It looked a little bit GT40-ish. And I saw about a year ago on a group, there was, no, it wasn't. It was on a TV show. It was on one of these custom car restoration TV shows, like American Hot Rod or something like that. And there was a guy going around a yard picking out vehicles, like potential restorations. And there was a complete body shell of this thing.
Cool.
It's like, I recognize that. It was a cool theme tune as well. Look it up on YouTube, Hardcastle theme, and it shows the car in that. So cool.
Mad Max never really did it for me.
But that's showing off. They're like rare as hen's teeth, though.
I got into my closet the other day and found that I still had this.
Wow.
And it's plastic. Then I looked up online and went, "Oh my, this actually is valuable, isn't it?"
Oh, yeah. They're really hard to find.
So now I'm like, do I build it?
Yes, you build it. Don't build it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Graham M says there were a few different cars. Lamborghini Countach probably. B3 agrees with the Lamborghini Countach. Athel says Magnum PI's car. Now, I mean that was just a red car as far as the helicopter I remember more than the car. But
308 GT something or other, GTO, GTB, GT.
No idea, but it was a nice car, but it wasn't particularly that. Paul Lyon says the Ford Capri, as his dad helped design the electronics, and Bodie and Doyle drove it in the Professionals.
Oh yes, now Professionals, that was a cool show. Bodie and Doyle.
Yeah, I used to have Mark II.
Britain's answer to cool American Starsky and Hutchness. CI5.
Right, it is 9:30 already. So I shall wrap up the show.
Where spare wheel used to be.
Sorry?
Was that Ross?
So I used to have a lump of concrete where the spare wheel used to be in a Capri. Keep the back end down.
Definitely another room. Lynn says in the 80s I wasn't into cars, so yeah. But no, but yeah. Right, I shall start removing people from the stream. As ever, you're welcome to hang around in the background, and when I've actually locked up the doors properly and the public have left, we'll be coming back in. We can hang around and chat for a bit, but I'll probably disappear. Or Spid can disappear now without me pressing any buttons. I didn't do that. It wasn't me. It's normally Ted that presses the buttons, not Spid, but there we go. So, Dan, thank you very much for coming along.
Thank you much for having me.
See you again another time.
Bye.
Ross, thank you.
Right.
And Ted, thank you very much for coming along. It was lovely, even though you were 10 seconds behind for the first bit. But
yeah, I caught up in the end. I'll just stay in for 10 seconds longer. So yeah, make it all equal. Thanks a lot.
All right. No.
See you later, Chris.
Good night. Spid says, apologies, my stream just fell over. Yes, it did, but it's fine. Bye all, everybody. I'll see you all in chat saying goodbye and things. So that's what it's all about. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. Thursday is finished. Tomorrow I have as an extra special news stream coming along. Not here, over on the Team Inept channel. I've got a new game, and Fox isn't going to be streaming Fallout tomorrow because he's busy doing some editing. So I shall be on the Team Inept channel at 3 p.m. tomorrow, UK time, playing a new game. Come and help me and see if your brain doesn't melt quite the same as mine does when I tried the first bit of it. So I shall see you there for that. I will have the chat open and around, but when I'm playing a game, it's not quite the same. It's not a VR game, so it's only flat screen, so I can see the chat a little bit easier. But, we'll see how it goes. And then going onwards from that, there's everybody's normal streams throughout the day. It's Ted's turn for Warhammer on Sunday, so Ted will be here probably 8:30 or 9 o'clock. I should have asked him when he was still here. I pressed the wrong button. I dropped my mouse and pressed the button. I'll pick up the mouse and not press the button. Yes, so that's that. And then Monday back to E-Models, and then on throughout the week, I'll try and get some stuff done at the bench as well and get another video up. So thank you all for joining me. I shall see you soon. Stay safe, stay indoors if you can. And other than that, I'll see you soon. Good night all.